The storm outside the dome screamed like a wounded creature. Ethan Gray watched it through the reinforced glass, the crimson sand of the alien world swirling into endless cyclones. The outpost lights flickered, weak against the fury of a planet that wanted him gone. He was the last human stationed on Virelia 9, a distant mining world abandoned by his company 6 months ago. He'd volunteered to stay behind for final research. Truth was, Earth had nothing left for him. No family, no one waiting. Loneliness had become his only companion. Until the night the scanners picked up movement. At first, he thought it was another mirage. The desert sometimes played tricks on him. But the readings were clear. 3 life forms, moving toward the dome with speed and purpose. He loaded his blaster and waited by the airlock. The lights flared once, then dimmed. The airlock hissed open. 3 figures stepped inside, tall and impossibly graceful. Their skin shimmered faintly like liquid silver under the dim emergency lights, and their eyes glowed with deep violet hues that pulsed softly with each breath. The tallest one, her voice like music made of wind, said, "Human, you are Ethan Gray." He froze. "How do you know my name?" The second sister stepped forward. She was smaller, her tone softer but eyes sharper. "We've been watching. You called into the dark every night. We heard your loneliness echo across the sands." The third, silent until now, touched the edge of the console beside him, curious. Her hair flowed like silver threads caught in invisible currents. "He's fragile," she whispered. "But kind." Ethan lowered his blaster slowly. "You're Virelians." The eldest nodded. "We are. Am Celera. These are my sisters, Nira and Kale. Virelians. A myth among colonists. It was said their species had gone extinct centuries ago, wiped out by the same mining operations that now lay in ruins across this world. But here they were, alive, and staring at him as though he was the miracle. That night, Ethan offered them shelter in the dome. The storm outside howled for hours, but inside, the sisters studied him with quiet fascination. Celera asked about Earth, its oceans, its forests, its noise. Nira asked about war and why humans destroyed what they loved. Kale, the quiet one, asked nothing. She only watched him fix the cracked power conduit with bare hands, her eyes soft with something he didn't yet understand. When the power came back, a gentle hum filled the dome. The sisters exchanged looks, almost reverent. "You heal metal like we once healed the soil," Celera said. "You mend what is broken." Ethan laughed lightly. "Just doing my job." But they didn't laugh. Instead, Nira reached out and touched his chest, where his heart beat under the thin fabric of his suit. This is what we lost," she whispered. Days turned into weeks. The storm season passed. The dome became a home, not just for Ethan but for them all. He taught them how to cook rations, how to calibrate solar panels, how to read his old Earth books. They taught him the language of the dunes, the rhythm of Virelia's night winds, and how the planet once sang before the humans mined its heart dry. He laughed again for the first time in years. But with warmth came the question that haunted them all. What would happen when the next ship came? Ethan was due for retrieval soon. He knew it. They knew it. One evening, as the twin moons rose, Kale finally spoke what her sisters had avoided. "We don't want you to leave." He turned to her. Her voice trembled, but her eyes were steady. "Kale," he began. Celera interrupted, stepping closer. "You are the last human here. You can choose where your heart belongs. Stay and help us rebuild this world." Nira's eyes gleamed like the moon's reflected in water. "We've seen your loneliness. Let us end it. You don't belong to a dying Earth. You belong where life can begin again. Ethan stood silent, torn between two worlds, the one that made him and the one that needed him. The retrieval beacon lit up 3 days later. Human ship was inbound. He watched the signal blink across the horizon like a promise of return, or escape. Scylla waited beside him. "If you go," she said softly, "you'll never see us again. They'll come, they'll mine again. The planet won't survive another touch of your kind." Her words cut deep. "I'm not them," he whispered. She smiled sadly. "No, you're better." Kale reached for his hand. Her fingers were warm, almost human now. "Stay," she said. "Be our bridge. Let our future begin with you." Ethan looked at her hand, glowing faintly with the pulse of Virelia's energy, then at the horizon where the ship descended through the dying light. He made his choice. When the rescue crew found the dome, it was empty. No human signatures, no life signs. Only the faint hum of a power system still running perfectly, and 3 strange energy readings deep beneath the surface. Years later, explorers discovered a new city under the sands of Virelia 9, a luminous place powered by living crystals, where nature and technology blended seamlessly. At its heart stood a statue of a human holding hands with 3 alien figures, their faces serene. The inscription read, "He was one, but he became all." Far beneath the glowing towers, in a hidden chamber of light and crystal, Ethan walked through a garden that had no equal. Virelia had changed, healed. The sisters had taught him how to merge his knowledge with their world's living energy. In return, the planet had given him youth, longevity, and peace. Scylla guided the cities now, a wise ruler. Nera led their defenses, fierce as ever. And Kale, she stayed by his side, her silver eyes warm with devotion. One evening, as the skies shimmered with auroras of living light, Ethan stood with them on a balcony overlooking their world. "I used to think loneliness was the end of all things," he said quietly. "Now I see, it was just the beginning." Clara smiled. "You gave us a future." Kale leaned against him, her voice a whisper. "And you gave us love." Nera looked to the horizon where new stars rose, ships they'd built together, ready to explore the galaxy once more. "The universe will know your name, Ethan Gray. The human who stayed." Ethan took Kale's hand, looking at the glowing skyline. His home, their world. "I don't need them to remember me," he said. "As long as you do." And as the 3 sisters smiled, their hands joined with his. The world of Virelia sang once more, reborn from the silence of one lonely human who found his place among the stars.